What's up, Giants fans, Hub watchers, YouTube subscribers, Twitter and Instagram followers? It's your boy Noname coming at y'all with a mixed video. It's gonna be a mixture of an update and a little bit of a recap of today's training camp practice. And the reason I'm mixing it together is because I didn't really want to do two videos. It's two very short topics. The quick update on Tate Suspension and today's training camp was a carded practice, which meant that it was shorter than usual. Not really many things to recap. It was sort of just to mimic what the Bears are predicted to do in this upcoming preseason game. So it's a lot more full team 7-on-7 type stuff and a lot less of the one-on-ones that usually take up a majority of the practice. So let's start off with Tate Suspension. This is as I expected, honestly. There's a couple other YouTubers out there and, Giants fans that thought the NFL would have repealed or at least lessened the punishment for Tate's suspension. But today, an NFL spokesperson, this is the statement. I'll read it out to you guys. Word for word, Tate of the New York Giants has been suspended without pay for the first four games of the 2019 regular season for violating the NFL policy on performance-enhancing drugs. Tate is eligible to participate in all preseason practices and games. He will be allowed to return to the Giants' active roster on Monday, September 30th, following the team's Week 4 game against Washington. So now it's official. We will be missing Tate for the first four games of the NFL season. Like I said, I did not expect any type of lesser punishment. I fully expected the NFL to go head on with their 4-game suspension for Tate because that's just how the NFL works. I mean, sometimes they forget to look at their players as humans and as people. It is a strict no tolerance policy, but if what he said is true, and that is he contacted the right people, he contacted the right officials, directly right away after he found out the medicine he was taking was laced, or one of the ingredients was a banned drug, then they should have looked at it and said, maybe 4 games is enough. We still got to deal out something. 2 or 3 games might be the wave. But the NFL isn't a league like that. They look at their players as players. They're their employees. They're supposed to do everything correctly and whatnot. And I can see where they're coming from on that point of view. I fully think that Tate was in the wrong here because if you're taking any type of medicine and you're a professional football player, I think one of the first things you should do is look at the contents of it, ask the doctor what's it comprised of, let the doctor know that you have a list of drugs that cannot be within your body, that can be ingested and whatnot, or injected, or whatever the case is. I think that's the first thing you should be doing as a professional athlete. And it seems that step was looked over here, and that's what led us to where we are. And this is obviously, this is not good for Giants. This is not good for the New York Giants. Yesterday, Amba Edetawo limped off of the field, and it was confirmed later on in the night that I think he tore his ACL, similar to Corey Ballantyne, or whatever the case is. It was a season-ending injury. So Amba Edetawo is also out for the season. That we're 2 receivers down now, and the whole reason we brought him back was because we were already short on receivers. So for these first 4 weeks, all we could do is hope that the guys we have is enough. Hope that Sterling Shepard comes back really healthy, because he's going to be the one mainly targeted, I'm guessing. Evan Ingram at this point looks like he will have to have a breakout year, and this was already something we expected with the OBJ trade. We already expected Ingram to step up. Now he has an even bigger role. Every person on the offense has to step up now, if we want to win these first 4 games or come out with a above 500 record. But it's going to be difficult without Tate. Let me not sugarcoat it for you guys. So that's the update on Tate. Kind of depressing, but let me move on next to the recap of today's practice. Like I mentioned before, it was a carded practice, and a short explanation on that. The practice was designed to give both the offense and the defense a look at what the upcoming opponent is supposed to do, or what they usually do in their game. So basically, the first team offense would be going up with the scout team defense trying to mimic the Bears, and the first team defense would be going up against a scout team offense designed to mimic what the offense of the Bears would do. And because of that, there wasn't really much full practice. Usually the full training camp day, there's a lot of one-on-one stuff, there's a lot of 3-on-3, there's a lot of individual focus, so it was a lot shorter today. But I still think it's good. It's good to have these practices for the obvious reasons of you're trying to mimic what your opponent is going to do so you could learn how to get around them, how to be better than them. So a couple of starters and veterans took breaks today, giving a chance for second and third team guys to step up. To note that off, right tackle Mike Remmers, right guard Kevin Zeitler, Antoine Bethea, DeAndre Baker, who's already nursing himself back from injury, a day-to-day injury, and Grant Haley, along with Wayne Gallman for his on-the-ground snaps. They all took a break. They were replaced respectively. Mike Remmers was replaced by Chad Slade, Kevin Zeitler by Nick Gates, Antoine Bethea by Julian Love, who I think it's good that he's getting more practice at safety, great flexibility in Love. Antonio Hamilton replaced DeAndre Baker. Rod Smith took the ground snaps for Wayne Gallman, and Corey Ballantyne filled in a little bit for Grant Haley. Now with that being said, it's kind of clear by this point in the video that it was a very, very quiet practice, but we got some good things out of it. We got some positives. Jabril Peppers came up with his first interception of the training camp. Not sure if it's his first interception in the Giants uniform, obviously unofficially. I'm not talking about in-game. Cough, cough. He definitely should have gotten that interception on Sam Darnold during the Jets preseason game, but we're not going to talk about that. His interception came on Kyle Lauletta on an intended pass for Alonzo Russell. Peppers basically undercut the pass, jumped up, got the interception, and he got a good return off of it. But obviously, with no tackling and all that and not being a full practice, we can't really tell how far he could have gone. And Julian Love had a deflection on Daniel Jones. This was also another pass intended for Alonzo Russell. He deflected it into Nate Stupar's hands, who grabbed the interception. Nate Stupar was then tackled, or I guess I should say stopped, because, full tackling isn't allowed. He was stopped right away. Speaking of DJ, he had something good out today. He got a lot of extra reps playing the scout team quarterback in trying to mimic the Bears offense for our first team defense. And it's good for various reasons, the most obvious being more reps, more practice. More practice means more of a chance of perfecting your game, more time playing with your line, building chemistry with them, even if it's not the full first team offensive line, and more time building chemistry with your receivers and whatnot. I mean, you could even argue that even though he's not using our playbook, he's trying to mimic what the Bears would do. Even that is better. He's probably going to be making throws, or, he did make throws today that he wouldn't usually make, and that's something nice to have in your toolbox as a quarterback. Somebody else that was sort of a surprise to see having them take scout team reps was Sterling Shepard. He's still wearing that yellow jacket, indicating that his broken thumb is still there, not fully healed yet, and he shouldn't be really touched on the field or really hassled and tackled that much. Once again, it's great to see Sterling Shepard's out here, man, really putting in the work despite his injury. I mean, it's not even that big of an injury, but there's a reason you have the yellow jacket on. It's nice to see him trying to soak up as many reps and as many practices as he can get. He seems to know the weight that's going to be on him this coming season with being our number one receiver, being the guy that our quarterbacks are going to be relying on, sort of that safety blanket for years to come. It's nice to see him step into that role. Not really much of a complaint. If anything, he seems to like it. His leadership qualities are yet to be seen, but I believe in him. I'm sure a lot of Giants fans do. And we're glad to see that he's using these valuable practices for preparation for the season. And that's really about it, guys. Like I said, that's the whole reason I combined two topics in one video. Very short, but I still want to get the information out to y'all. Sad, and I'm still a little bit angry, I won't lie, about Golden Tate suspension. Something that is completely preventable if, I don't know, he just went over the ingredients with his doctor beforehand. But like I said, the NFL has a strict no tolerance policy. I kind of expected this. And a short-carded practice by the Giants in an attempt to prepare for the Bears. We'll see what happens then come this Friday. I'm out, y'all. Alright, guys, thanks for watching. Put your comments down below. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Until next time, I'm out.